It looks like silk press season is going to have to last a little bit longer because apparently braiding hair is causing cancer.
Our latest investigation found carcinogens in all 10 products of artificial braiding hair that we tested.
Yo, welcome to Cecil's Spill, and today we're spilling about braiding hair being a cause to cancer. Okay, they said they found something in it that causes cancer, and they're advising people against braiding hair. This is quite scary because I am a braider, like I braid hair for people, and to think that they said even those who braid hair for people are not even safe also. I mean, like, it's just scary. Anyway, I brought conversations here and a deeper, insight into this whole thing. Let's watch and see what was said and what people thought about all of this. And I'll be back right at the end with my thoughts.
Our latest investigation found carcinogens in all 10 products of artificial braiding hair that we tested. Beauty products such as synthetic braiding hair are largely unregulated, and some ingredients are not required to be listed on the package. This puts the health of people who wear synthetic braiding hair and the braiders who install them at risk. If you wear synthetic braids, one tip to decrease your overall exposure is to take breaks between installs. Braids are often worn for many weeks, and prolonged repeated exposure increases your risk. We contacted all synthetic braiding hair brands we tested for comment. Only two, Sensational and Magic Fingers, responded, both disagreeing with our testing methodology. Hair's own Sensational said, "We unequivocally stand by the safety of Sensational products, and our company urges consumers to continue to confidently use Sensational products." Magic Finger said that we strongly stand by the safety of our products and the quality materials used to make them. Neither company responded to questions about whether or not they do pre-market testing of their products for lead, volatile organic compounds, or other contaminants. Read our full investigation, including other concerning findings from our tests, through the link in our bio.
Alright, let's dissect Consumer Reports' findings that synthetic braiding hair contains carcinogens, because people are already jumping to conspiracy theories. So they tested 10 different products for the presence of heavy metals as well as volatile organic compounds, VOCs. The brands are in the left-hand corner, including Darling, Debut, and Sensational. And they tested each product twice, which is why you see duplicates of each one. And they concluded that all 10 products contained levels of lead that exceeded the maximum allowable dose level, as set by California, because there is no national level for this. However, the MADL they went off of is for drinking water, which is only based off of oral exposure, not dermal exposure. So I emailed them asking why did they base the exposure limit off of oral exposure, not dermal exposure, because you're not eating your braids. And part of the reason they went with the oral exposure model is because of the likelihood of braiders coming in contact with the braid by eating food after braiding somebody's hair and not washing their hands, or little kids with braided hair putting the braids in their mouth. And while I understand why they went with that model, I don't agree with it because, again, you're not intentionally ingesting braids. Any contact with the mouth is incidental. Plus, the limit for lead allowed in lipstick is 5 ppm, while none of the lead concentrations in the tested braid samples exceeded 0.2 ppm. And you're much more likely to ingest lead via lipstick than you are via hair. But you might ask, why is there lead allowed at all? It's because lead is kind of impossible to get rid of. It's elemental, it's in the ground. So these are very conservative limits to account for the fact that lead is just ubiquitous. And as for the VOCs, the level of benzene detected in this is far below the standard set by OSHA for daily exposure. But the biggest concern with the VOCs would be acetone, which may or may not be a concern for you if you get nails done, because you are exposed to some amount of VOCs when you boil the braids to seal the ends. So if you have any respiratory issues, breathing in that acetone might be a concern. Otherwise, I don't find their findings cause for alarm because the levels detected here are far below other things like bentonite clay. Bentonite clay has a good amount of lead in it. But ultimately, I'm just here to help you make informed decisions. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't buy. If you'd like synthetic hair alternatives, I have a video on rebundle that you should check out. Also worth noting that this product from Sensational contained no detectable levels of lead. I hope this helps.
It looks like silk press season is going to have to last a little bit longer because apparently braiding hair is causing cancer. And shout out to Consumer Reports because they put your favorite braiding hair to the test. Mine too, friend.
Our latest investigation found carcinogens in all 10 products of artificial braiding hair that we tested. Beauty products such as synthetic braiding hair are largely unregulated, and some ingredients are not required to be listed on the package.
Now, Consumer Reports stated that they had tested these 10 braiding hair companies, the most popular ones. Not Shake and Go. I don't think I ever heard of that one. But they tested these 10. And Magic Fingers and Sensational were the two biggest offenders in having carcinogens in their braiding hair. Now, I saw a lot of people people in the comments saying that it affects just the person getting the braids, but no, it also affects the hair braider, the person who's actually touching this hair, who's touching the hair just as much as the person getting it installed. Now, after they reached out to Sensational, they put out this statement and said, "We unequivocally stand by the safety of Sensational products, and our company urges consumers to continue to confidently use Sensational products." And then they reached out to Magic Fingers because the other companies didn't have a statement, and Magic Fingers said, "We strongly stand by the safety of our products and the quality materials used to make them," but they don't offer any testing to see what they do. Like, these are overseas companies 10 times out of 10. So we don't know what kind of factory testing they do. And again, when they're overseas, their regulations are a little bit different than ours, even though the Food and Drug Administration does not regulate braiding hair or braiding hair products or most hair care products. Now, in that video, he also goes on to state that they put together this full article. When I read the article, a couple of things stood out to me, but I encourage you to read it for yourself. And first, they stated the testing found heavy metals such as arsenic, mercury, lead, and cadmium. They stated that you are going to be exposed to some of these in some level of degree at the micro level. But they said because you can be exposed to heavy metals in so many ways, it's important to know where they are and to minimize exposure. And they're in your braiding hair. Now, the second portion of this article that stood out to me was a study conducted by the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences. They talk about EDC, which is endocrine disrupting chemicals. And your endocrine system is what balances your hormones. Now, the National Institute states that even low level amounts of the cadmium, arsenic, and mercury, even low levels, can negatively affect immunity, metabolism, puberty in humans, and reproduction. And they saw these tests in mice. It also goes on to say that Black women have been found to have much higher concentrations of many of those endocrine disrupting chemicals. In another study conducted by the Silent Spring Institute, they stated that these chemicals don't operate in isolation, they're operating together. They're sitting on your scalp, referring to the braids. And when something is sitting on your scalp, it can be dermally absorbed. And it doesn't just require heat. It's literally sitting on your head. They also talk about hand to mouth. When you're touching your braids and then you go and eat something, yeah, that's exactly how most of that stuff is going to be transferred through your scalp and through your mouth. During this economic blackout, I really want to encourage Black women to be really cautious about braiding hair and attempt to find alternatives to using these very popular braiding hair companies, because it's literally a matter of life and death.
Y'all draw the line at braiding hair? Not chicken, not fast food, not red dye 40. It took y'all. Okay.
That is so insane, because I just saw something that actually 100% upset me. But if it wasn't for that damn phone, I wouldn't have seen that shit. So I'm about to go read a book or something.
So cancer-causing chemicals are being found in braiding hair now. It's so crazy because that was one of the reasons I actually locked my hair. I locked my hair about 8 years ago now because I used to wear braids all the time because they were convenient. So I just decided to lock my hair because it'd be even more convenient. I did notice before I locked my hair that braiding hair was getting more and more expensive. And it also was having a bad reaction to my scalp. I remember the old braiding hair that I used to get. It was like 5 packs for $20. Like, that hair was good hair up until I want to say maybe 2017. That's when something changed about it and it started irritating my scalp. It was it was not a long lasting irritation, but it would irritate it for the first 2 or 3 days. I've seen a lot of women out here talk about how braiding hair is not the same and it's irritating the scalp and stuff like that. It's causing them their skin to break out and all kinds of stuff. So carcinogens being found in braiding hair, it just makes me feel like they are targeting a certain demographic. We are known to use braiding hair for protective styles, different type of protective styles. So I just feel like it's an attack on us. Ladies, just take a break in between installs. Let your hair breathe for a little while because they out here doing some shady shit. Just let it breathe for a little bit.
So as y'all know, I have a big afro and I'm trying to grow it out. So I've had these officially in next week for 3 months and I want to go for 6. I want to go for 6 months. The last time I had box braids, I went for 4 months and it was great. Nothing happened. But this time around, I am getting migraines a lot. And I don't know if it's because I changed my diet and I went back to drinking soda because I did a whole diet thing, or it's my braids, but I don't want to assume it's my braids because I did this before where I lasted 4 months. But then last night on TikTok, I've been seeing that all the braids have like cancer, like the synthetic hair has cancer, but it's doing so good. Look at all this new growth. Like, I have so much, and this is how I get my afro to get so big, because I leave them in there and I don't want to take them out yet, because for me the hardest part, like I had a big hole right here as you can see, but it's growing back. You can see all my little hairs, but I literally had a bald spot. Like there was nothing here. I think that was after I had a kid, but it's growing. But I don't want to let it go, but I think I might have to let it go.
Tell me why every time I try to braid my hair with expression, my scalp is on fire. Look at my scalp. And it's even worse on the back.
I'm not trying to be overly dramatic here, but I am absolutely done with synthetic hair, okay? Done with synthetic braiding hair. I had no idea how toxic synthetic braiding hair is. Yeah, I'm talking about, like the Kanekalon and all of the different braiding hair that we use. That looks like Afro textured hair. That stuff is poisonous, okay? Yeah, seriously. So harmful chemicals such as polyethylene tetraphthalate, or PET, polypropylene, or PP, and polyvinyl chloride are chemicals linked to a range of health issues, including skin irritation, respiratory problems like asthma, and even cancer. All right, think about Kanekalon, right? We all use Kanekalon, right? Really affordable and popular. Well, it has acrylonitrile and vinyl chloride as well, both of which are toxic to humans. And according to the National Cancer Institute, directly links vinyl chloride with leukemia, lymphoma, and rare forms of liver, brain, and lung cancer. So I'm done.
Y'all, I swear to y'all, them people is not lying about that braiding hair. Last year, a girl had emailed me for promo for Knotless Plants, and I ended up going to her to do the promo. And after she did my hair, maybe like a little after a week, I literally broke out in a big rash in my head. It was almost like I had hives, like it was making my skin crawl. I had to wake up in the middle of the night and go to Aventure Urgent Care. They had to give me literal cream, like some drop shit to put in my head to cure it up. And I had to take the hair out. So my mom, I'm like, I ain't never going back to this girl. If you on my YouTube, you remember this happened to me. I'm like, I ain't never going back to this girl. I don't know what she used in my head, but it broke me out, right? And this was the first time this happened to me. I done had knotless pets like years ago. I always used to wear knotless, right? So a couple of months later, I ended up going to my homegirl and I told her what happened. She used different hair and everything. I promise y'all, no lie, the shit happened again. Like 4 days later, I started seeing bumps in my head and they was getting like little pus heads in them. I had to take my hair out like 4 days later. I was so mad. I don't know what they done did to that hair, but it is true. That hair has something in it that is causing us disease. They say it's cancer. I don't know, but that hair got something in it.
That's like Consumer Reports findings that synthetic braiding hair contains carcinogens, because people are already jumping to conspiracy.
Please go watch his full video, because the original Consumer Report ended up spiking some fear in the community, and it should not have.
So y'all mean to tell me y'all just found out it's cancer in the braiding hair and I just sat here for 5 days to get my hair braided? But you know what? It's a recall on everything. They finding things on everything. I don't know what's true or not. If it's true, we just gotta stay. It's just our time to go. If it's our time to go, it's just our time to go. Like it ain't too much fighting we can do.
Guys, they're saying there's cancer in expression. What? They are trying to take us out by any means possible. I don't give a flying rat's behind. I'm putting them braids in. So
they done found carcinogens in braiding hair. If you do not know already, carcinogens have the potential to cause cancer. Cancer! You know those headaches that you get after you get braids? I'm thinking that it's not only from the tension. Like, maybe it's from the carcinogens that's in the hair. Carcinogens literally damage your DNA cells by causing a overgrowth and causing tumors to develop in your body. Okay? So the same thing that was happening with the relaxers is happening with the hair. That's why when you get it, it's like so shiny and silky. They have to use those chemicals to do that. The hair weaving industry is a $3 billion industry. Who do you think funds that industry? Mostly. Now, I know the girlies like their hair, but it's time to start making some decisions as far as this hair is concerned. Especially when your health is at stake.
Okay, y'all. So I've been seeing a whole bunch of discourse around braiding hair and how like it's got cancer causing properties and stuff on it, or cancer causing stuff on it. But I feel like, isn't that not why we started detoxing the braiding hair before we started using it? Like with the apple cider vinegar wash and just soaking and stuff like it. Is that not why we started doing it? Like, I'm not trying to be funny and like gaslight, but I feel like we already knew this. So the fact there's just so much uproar and dysfunction because of it is like, it's taking me back a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like am I going crazy, or is that not why we started soaking the braiding hair before we started putting it in? And so why we started getting that braiding hair that's like the pre-soaked braiding hair. I could be tripping. Like, truly, let me know. But I genuinely feel like we already knew this. Like, I specifically remember taking, like, people would be like, oh, this makes my hair itch, so I had to take it down. I would be like, you know what? I could treat the hair before we put it in your head. Like, we could just soak the braiding hair and then let it dry, and then we can use. Like, I remember even offering people that, because I'm a braider. I remember offering people that, like, free of charge. I'm not going to charge you nothing. Like, I'm going to just soak the hair before, because you said that it make your scalp itch, and I just want to make sure that you can keep these in for a long time. If I'm going to be taking a long time to put them in, I would want you to at least have them in for at least 2 months. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I genuinely feel like we already knew this. So what's new? Like, is it new cancer that people are like? What? I'm genuinely confused.
So about that braiding here, I'm a little annoyed because when I was swollen on them sides and stuff like that for doing these same twists in my head, so the whole time when I had rashes breaking out, looking swollen, I probably should have been going to the emergency room. What you saying about some braiding here? Everything is just against us right now. Like, we can't even wear braiding hair. Like, come on now. It be the weave, it be the braiding hair, it be the perm. Bitch, we can't even eat. It's the food. Damn near can't even wear clothes because the dye and shit give you yeast infections, sensitive skin. I'm just at a loss for words. Clothes, shoes, food, braiding hair, ding-a-ling, they all contaminated. You just can't.
Y'all, they done found cancer in the braiding hair. Yes. And 10 different very popular brands. So y'all know what that means.
Our latest investigation found carcinogens in all 10 products of artificial braiding hair.
All right. I guess I'm going to address this. People want to know my thoughts on this. I don't know why y'all want to know my thoughts, because I've already expressed my thoughts around this plenty of times, but I'm going to give my thoughts. I apologize before I get started, because I don't think that I've been on social media and I've been in this natural hair space for over 15 years now. And I've been a huge advocate for Black natural beauty, self-acceptance, and self-confidence around natural hair. Sometimes I feel like I'm way too invested and I care so much that there are times where I feel like I need to disassociate. And it's topics like this where I prefer not to say anything, because I feel like I don't have the sensitivity and the patience anymore to speak on the topic without stepping on toes and hurting people's feelings. And this is a very sensitive topic to discuss, and a lot of times people don't need to hear the shit that I'm saying from a bald-headed Black man. Speaking about Black women and their self-image issues, I'm fully aware of this. I understand this. So usually I take a back seat on these things. People want to know my thoughts, so I'm going to give it. Okay. First off, most people don't know I'm a natural hairstylist. That's why I'm so invested in this, because that's my job. That's my business. That's my passion. That's my dedication. All of that. Okay. I've told y'all many times on this app, every which way that I possibly can, that y'all need to leave this synthetic hair alone. Y'all need to leave the hair addition alone. They're like, oh, the braids took out my edges. What do I do? How can I get braids not get my edges snatched out? I'm like, leave the braids alone. Y'all like, oh, we found out braids is damaging our hair. What can we do? How can we get the braids not damage our hair? I'm like, leave the braids alone. I'm like, y'all like, oh no, we found out there's cancer in this braiding hair. What do you think about it? Leave the fucking braids alone. Leave the fucking braids alone. Leave the shit alone. I don't know how many different ways I can tell you the universe, God, the creator, is trying to tell you to leave this artificial fake shit alone and work on investing in yourself, in the self-care and self-preservation of your own natural hair in whatever form that looks like for you. Even if you don't prefer to wear the styles that I do, maybe you want to be a straight natural or whatever, and you want to rock the hair. Okay, just take care of your hair so you can at least do that. You know, I'm tired of seeing y'all get on this app, destroy your fucking hair, complain about the shit, hate up on your hair, you speak all negatively about I'm tired of the shit. And then y'all want to get on here and y'all want to hear about all this carcinogens and the braiding hair, and y'all want to act like y'all fucking care, like y'all give a fuck. Y'all don't give a fuck. Let's be honest about this shit. Y'all really don't give a fuck. Y'all, we've been hearing about the ovarian cancer and the risk relaxers. Down, stop y'all from relaxing. And, you know, we've been hearing about all the risks and dangers of all these different products out there. And now even with the braiding hair, y'all not going to stop wearing this shit. So why are we having this conversation? Like, really, why are we having it? Y'all not going to stop wearing it. Y'all not going to invest in the what is it, rebundle or whatever it's called. Y'all not going to invest because y'all too fucking cheap to invest in anything that's not going to fucking kill you. So the next best thing is just to learn to love up on your hair and take care of your hair. But most of y'all are struggling with that because you don't like the shit. So you find innovative ways to fuck up your hair while also trying to be team natural. And it just, I'm over it. I think what really pisses me off about this is, like I said, y'all act like y'all care and y'all really don't. On top of the fact that y'all are putting all this shit in your baby's hair when they really have no business wearing all this shit anyway. On top of the fact that maybe if you wore the braids on occasion, it wouldn't be so bad. But you all over fucking consume the shit. Like, you over consume the shit. You keep this shit in for months. You wear it back to back to back to back. You find any and every way to cover your shit up and then want to complain about damaged hair and how hard it is. I don't understand. So my thoughts on this is exactly what it's been since I've been on this app, and exactly as it's been since I've been on my YouTube channel for years. Like, leave the braiding hair alone. Leave it alone. Let's work on investing in you yourself, your self-confidence, your self-image, and your personal feelings around your natural hair. Like, it's so many y'all have this false sense of self-confidence. Most of y'all get up in the morning, y'all walk in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and you don't like what the fuck you see. And again, I know it's not something you want to hear from a bald-headed black man, but this is something I've struggled with myself as well. And I know our experiences as, you know, black men and black women are going to be different, but you still got to put in the fucking work. At some point, you got to put in the work, and you either going to accept the fact that you think you an ugly bitch and you need to put all this makeup on, all this extensions on, cover the shit up, and do what you got to do to walk in the world and feel pretty, or you can work on yourself and learn how to become comfortable with the things that make you uncomfortable. That's all I got. That's legit all I got. Because at the end of the day, y'all not gonna stop wearing this shit. Y'all still gonna rock your boho. You still gonna rock your crochet. You still gonna rock your faux locks. You still gonna get these lock extensions and everything else. Why are we having this conversation? Y'all figure it out. Just leave me out of it.
Y'all, I swear to y'all, them people is not lying about that braiding hair. Last year, a girl had emailed me for promo for Knotless Plaits, and I ended up going to her to do the promo. And after she did my hair, maybe like a little after a week, I literally broke out in a big rash in my head. It was almost like I had hives, like it was making my skin crawl. I had to wake up in the middle of the night and go to Aventure Urgent Care. They had to give me literal cream, like some drop shit to put in my head to cure it up, and I had to take the hair out. So my mom, like, I ain't never going back to this girl. If you on my YouTube, you remember this happened to me. I'm like, I ain't never going back to this girl. I don't know what she used in my head, but that it broke me out, right? And this was the first time this happened to me. I done had knotless pets like years ago. I always used to wear knotless, right? So a couple of months later, I end up going to my homegirl and I told her what happened. She used different hair and everything. I promise y'all, no lie, the shit happened again. Like 4 days later, I started seeing bumps in my head and they was getting like little pus heads in them. I had to take my hair out like 4 days later. I was so mad. I don't know what they done did to that hair, but it is true. That hair has something in it that is causing us disease. They say it's cancer. I don't know, but that hair got something in it.
Breaking fucking news, y'all, again. Now, synthetic hair. 100% of the samples have been found with carcinogens. All of the samples, that means your good brands too, all the popular ones, Sensational, Magic Fingers, Sassy Collection, Shake and Go, all of them, no longer safe. This is exactly why I got my hair locked up like 7 years ago, because my mom used to put those relaxers and stuff in my hair. Terrible, terrible. So just be careful out there. Literally everything is so toxic.
So y'all heard about the carcinogens found in the braiding hair, right? It's pretty much all the synthetic braiding hair. So we've been setting our stuff up for years. We might be developing cancer because of this braiding hair, right? 2 companies responded, but they didn't want to answer certain questions. All I know, y'all probably tired of seeing this bust down, but y'all gonna be seeing this bust down a lot. Because something gonna probably soon come up about the human hair. Because even though it's human, this stuff has to be processed and all this stuff in order for us to get it putting out here, sewn it out here, to wear a wig or whatever. And I'm gonna wear my wigs, but I'm telling you, I'm about to slack up and just wear my own natural black hair that God blessed me with. But yes, the braiding hair, carcinogens found in it. So they're telling the people who are installing it to take breaks in between it. And for us who be wearing it a long time like me, because baby, I'm going to get my money's worth. And I want some breaks right now. But baby, I ain't finna do it. Y'all check it out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to upload it after this.
Our latest investigation found carcinogens in all 10 products of artificial braiding hair that we tested. Beauty products such as synthetic braiding hair are largely unregulated, and some ingredients are not required to be listed on the package. This puts the health of people who wear synthetic braiding hair and the braiders who install them at risk.
I don't think you heard them the first time. They took 10 different brands of synthetic braiding hair and they tested all 10. And all of them come back with carcinogens in that can cause cancer. 10 of them. They got a strike. Do you know how hard it is to get 10 out of 10? I don't know if any of you have ever watched They Clone Tyrone on Netflix, you know, the one with Jamie Foxx in and John Boyega. The message that they put in that film is exactly the type of stuff that we're seeing here. How is it that we have been braiding our hair for centuries, and no one thought, hey, maybe we should test these and try and put some regulations on them? Did no one think? They're absolutely fine pushing products out to us in the masses for cheap prices and know that we will grab them, because at the end of the day, braiding is meant to be a protective and cost-effective style. No one has the money constantly when they want to get braids done to be buying fresh bundles all the way from Malaysia off AliExpress. We want something cheap, but just because it's cheap doesn't mean it has to be riddled with things that are going to make us sick or deter our health in the long term. The saddest thing about this is that what was once a hairstyle for black women is now a conscious health decision. Those people who want to get their hair braided to make themselves feel good, who want to get their children's hair braided so it's a protective style that they can manage while they're in school or whatever. And then for the people who are braiding hair, who now have to go and seek probably more organic products that cost them more to buy, it charges the client more, when really this shouldn't be in our hands. It should have never been in our hands. This should have been touched and covered and tested years ago. But still, why are we so behind? This isn't just about braiding hair. This is about being a woman in a consumer-driven society in general. Why do we have to know all of these dangerous, harmful chemicals and have to recognize them ourselves on the back of packets when simply the person who is creating them could do the testing, make them more natural, make them more affordable, but they don't. It's greed over and over again. I know expression packs. I've been buying expression packs. For me personally, I don't mind paying the 50, 60 extra P if it means that I will not get cancer for putting it on my head. But you could have told us that. You could have put it on the pack. You could have maybe drawn us to a website to make us understand this, but you don't. And you never do. The truth is, I don't know where we go from here, but what I know is that I have a privilege and you watching might have a privilege to buy the more organic, natural variations of synthetic braiding hair. But let's be real. This hair is all over the world, and a lot of people and a lot of black women are going to be missed out of that conversation and not going to be able to have access to that, and are going to have to continually use these things and products every single day because that's all they can get their hands on. And this is scary. This is scary. How we have left this so long, I don't know, and how this world created a vaccine in like 3 months, 4 months flat, but didn't think to test a simple product over the span of 50, 60, 70 years. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been knowing the dangers of putting weave in your hair. Did I know it was cancerous? Absolutely not, but I know every time I put that shit in my hair would just be itching like a mug. I would break out with those little bumps and I would just get, I would just have a bad reaction to the point where I had to take Benadryl. So I was tired of feeling that way, so I looked up some methods and I've been using it ever since. My daughter's birthday is coming up this Sunday and I'm putting weave in her hair today, but to kind of react those reactions, I put the weave that I'm going to use in my sink and I fill the sink up with water. I put apple cider vinegar in there and I let it sit for an hour, 10 or more if I'm feeling lazy. Look, don't judge me, okay? Sometimes I just like to let it sit and simmer, all right? I wait till all that white stuff comes to the surface. I rinse it off. I shampoo it with shampoo and conditioner. And then I dry it here on my towel. I will show you guys. Like this. Put it on my counter. Have it sitting and drying, air dry, okay? Yes. The process took me about a day. I ain't gonna lie, because I let it sit for a long time yesterday because I don't want her to have absolutely no reaction. That shit is miserable as hell. But yeah, I let it sit and boom, she's good to go. We're good to go. We feel absolutely nothing. Now, did I know it was cancerous at the time? Again, absolutely not. But I knew we have reactions to it. Whatever that white coat and stuff on top is causing us to have reactions. So when I do this method, I don't feel absolutely nothing and I'm able to go on about my day. If you're a braider and you want to continue to use it, absolutely, by all means, keep using it. If you wanted to learn what you can do to prevent those irritations, then boom, you have it. I just told you. And if you just want to quit overall, absolutely, I understand that. We're all dreadheads in my house, but every now and then, around our birthdays, we like to put weave in our hair, okay? But yeah, that's it. That's all. Peace.
On the last day of Black History Month is when I find out that braiding hair is causing women to get cancer. Like, that is so crazy to me. And then what's even crazier is that you don't even know what brands are, like, causing the cancer, because these braiding hair brands are lacking like detailed ingredient lists. So they're not even putting all the ingredients on their ingredient list. So how do you even look and see which brand has these harmful chemicals in them? These people have been putting formaldehyde in our braiding hair. Y'all, that is a bug killer. A bug killer. And they've been putting that in our braiding hair, and that stuff can literally give you cancer. So yeah, y'all, when y'all dip y'all braiding hair in hot water, all of that, it's actually releasing VOCs, which is just crazy to me. And it's just like, why is there chemicals in the braiding hair? Why is there acetone? Why is there formaldehyde? Why is there all those chemicals in the braiding hair? But at the same time, I feel like I can't be that shocked, because have y'all ever seen those videos of them like actually making the braiding hair? Like, it looks like chemicals. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
A lot of things seem to be causing cancer these days, and we don't even know, what and how we are even safe anymore. Your braiding hair, your perfumes, your antiperspirant, this and that, and don't eat sugar. I mean, we don't even know what to abstain from. And if these tests like this are not done to check, we would never know. We are just the consumers and we'll just consume and consume. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts concerning all of this? What did you think? Are you still going to be braiding your hair? It's been a while I braided my hair, say December, but I'm hoping, there's actually clarity on this at the end of the day. And I hope that our wigs are safe also, because these things, they are still extensions at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.